In today's experiment, we are going to determine various type of carbohydrates by using different tests for the carbohydrates. For that, we are going to use the carbohydrate samples which are available. Apart from that, we are going to determine the carbohydrates in food items as well. Sucrose, starch, maltose, lactose, fructose, galactose, and glucose. The reagent that we are going to use in today's experiment are Barford's reagent, Benedict's reagent, Molish reagent, iodine solution for iodine test, and Fehling solution A and B for the Fehling test. The food samples that will be used in today's experiment are apples, guava, grapes, pear, carrots, banana, and oranges. These fruits contain a variety of carbohydrates which we are going to determine through our experiment today. The other material and equipment required are test tube stand, beaker, wash bottle, test tube holder, and spatula. Molish test is given by all the carbohydrates. We can see various samples over here: maltose, fructose, sucrose, starch solution, and also we have taken one food item, and that is orange juice. In order to perform the Molish test, we will take around 2 ml of aqueous solution of fructose and add to it few drops of Molish reagent. After adding few drops of Molish reagent, we are going to add around 1 ml of concentrate sulfuric acid through the walls of the test tube. You will observe that there is formation of a purple color ring at the junction of the two liquids. You can see over here there is formation of a purple color at the bottom of the test tube, which is at the junction of the two liquids. Take the starch solution and add to it few drops of Molish reagent. Mix it and add concentrate sulfuric acid through the side of the test tube. We have to ensure that it is added through the side of the test tube. What you will observe is formation of a purple colored ring. We can see it very clearly from here. You can see the purple color. So formation of a purple color at the junction of the two liquids. Take around 2 ml of aqueous solution of sucrose. Add to it few drops of Molish reagent. Mix it and then add concentrate sulfuric acid through the walls of the test tube. What you will observe, again you can see formation of a purple color at the junction of the two liquids. So this shows positive test for Molish reagent. We have taken orange juice. To this we will add Molish reagent. Again a few drops of Molish reagent. Mix it and then add concentrate sulfuric acid through the walls of the test tube. And again you can clearly see there is purple color at the junction of the two liquids. This shows presence of carbohydrates in the orange juice sample. What you can observe is that all the carbohydrates give positive test with the Molish reagent. For Benedict's test, you can see various aqueous solutions of different type of carbohydrates, and also you can see over here the food item that we have taken, orange. We have taken orange juice, a freshly prepared orange juice. So let us first start with the Benedict's reagent test, and for that I have chosen fructose. It is an aqueous solution of fructose, around 2 ml of aqueous solution of fructose. Now we are going to add Benedict's reagent to it, and after adding Benedict's reagent we are going to place it in the water bath. So around 1 ml of Benedict's reagent. And now we are going to place this in the water bath. In order to perform Benedict's test, we have taken aqueous solution of the carbohydrate. Like in this case, you can see this is around 2 ml of aqueous solution of glucose. To this we are going to add 1 ml of Benedict's reagent. And now we are going to place this test tube in the water bath for 2 minutes. Similarly, to the orange juice we are going to add again 1 ml of Benedict solution and place it in water bath for 2 minutes to observe the color change. As you can see, the samples of glucose, fructose and orange juice are placed in the water bath. You can also see there is a color change. You can see that there is a color change. The color orange color has appeared. That shows a positive Benedict's test for the sample of fructose, glucose and orange juice. The presence of orange color in the orange juice, you can observe the color change, and this shows the presence of carbohydrates in orange juice. Benedict's test gives a positive test for carbohydrates which are monosaccharides and also for reducing disaccharides. This test is performed by using two solutions. Feheling solution A, which is a mixture of which is a solution of copper sulfate, and Feheling solution B, which is sodium potassium tartrate solution. To perform this test, first we are going to mix 1 ml of Feheling solution A and 1 ml of Feheling solution B. So we will take 1 ml of Feheling solution A okay, maybe we should take more because we'll be using more samples. Okay, so I have taken 2 ml of Feheling solution A and an equal amount of Feheling solution B. You can observe that the color has changed. In Feheling solution A and B, we get this color, the ink blue color. So this is now Feheling's reagent ready to be tested, and now we are going to pour this solution in various carbohydrate samples. To the glucose sample, 2 ml of glucose solution, aqueous solution of glucose, we are going to add this Feheling's reagent, 1 ml of Feheling's reagent, and likewise we are going to add it for the other samples as well. We will perform this Feheling's test on food samples such as orange juice. So now in this around 2 ml of orange juice, I will add 1 ml of Feheling's reagent. And similarly in banana juice sample also I am going to add Feheling's reagent. Now we are going to place it in the water bath and observe the color change. We have placed our samples with Feheling's reagent in the boiling water bath, and let us observe the color change. You can observe a color change for samples such as orange juice, banana juice, and also glucose. What you can also observe is that the color has not changed for the sucrose solution. It is still blue in color, whereas in the other three you can observe a color change. If we allow this to settle for some time, you will see a reddish brown precipitate in the bottom of the test tube. You can see a glucose sample over here, and you can see a reddish color appearing. This is the sample of banana juice. You can see again there is formation of this orange reddish color, which indicates positive Feheling's test. And similarly you can see there is a positive Feheling's test for orange, but sucrose is not showing a color change. Iodine test is given by complex carbohydrates or polysaccharides. Iodine test is given by those samples which test negative for Feheling solution or Benedict solution. So we have taken two samples which have tested negative for Feheling's and Benedict's. One is the starch solution. So as you can see, this is a starch solution. I will add a few drops of iodine solution to it, and let us see if we observe any color change. Just with one drop, you can easily see formation of blue-black color in the starch solution. Okay, so this is a positive test. This is showing a positive test for starch solution. You can see appearance of blue color, blue-black color, which is a positive test for starch solution. Fruits may not have starch, but there are other food items that contain starch, like grains, for example. This is a suspension of corn flour, and let us see whether in this corn flour suspension there is presence of starch. So we are going to perform this iodine test on corn flour. We just added a few drops, just 2 drops actually, of the iodine solution, and you can see appearance of black color. Appearance of black color or blue-black color indicates positive test for iodine. So that means both the samples, the starch sample and the corn flour sample, have tested positive with iodine. The next test is Barfoed's test, and Barfoed's test is given by all monosaccharides. So all the monosaccharides which will have tested positive for Benedict's and Fehling's reagent will give a positive test for Barfoed's. The monosaccharides which we are going to use in the sample, so we have taken a fructose sample, a sample of glucose. We have also taken orange juice and apple juice to find out the presence of monosaccharides. In addition, we have taken maltose, which is a reducing disaccharide, and let us see if it gives a positive test for Barfoed. Again, you are going to take around 2 ml of the solution and add to it 1 ml of the reagent, the Barfoed's reagent. Likewise, you are going to add this Barfoed reagents to all the samples which were shown to you. After putting Barfoed's reagent in all the samples, we are going to place it in the water bath for 3 to 4 minutes. It is essential that we do not heat it for a longer time, because in that case sometimes sucrose gets converted into monosaccharides and it starts giving positive test for Barfoed. So let us now, as you can see, we have added Barfoed's reagent to all the samples, and now we are going to place these samples in the water bath for heating for not more than 3 to 4 minutes. As you can see, all the samples are placed in the water bath, which is kept in the fume cupboard. So we will observe and see if there is a red precipitate or red coloration. Presence of a red precipitate or red color indicates the presence of monosaccharides in the given sample. You can see for fructose, we see the color change in the bottom. You can see formation of red precipitate, and this shows positive test for Barfoed's reagent. Likewise, you can also see the color change for glucose sample. You can see there is formation of this red precipitate at the bottom. For apple juice, if you see closely, you can again see a red precipitate at the bottom. So this shows positive test for Barfoed's reagent, and that means there is presence of monosaccharides. We can see appearance of a very light red color in the orange juice. So it also shows the presence of monosaccharides. So you can see at the base there is formation of this light red precipitate. As for maltose, you can see that there is no color change, and this shows negative test for Barfoed's reagent. You cannot see a red precipitate or red color in the solution, and that shows a negative test for the maltose. Maltose is a disaccharide, we already know, and Barfoed's test is for the monosaccharides.